In the 1990s, the king of pop married Elvis's daughter, and it went about as well as you'd expect. Here's the dramatic story of their most infamous moment. The late Lisa Marie Presley, the only child of Elvis Presley, faced severe scrutiny after her short-lived marriage to Michael Jackson. Once the most famous musician on the planet, Jackson's legacy had been tarnished by accusations of child abuse, his rumored obsession with plastic surgery, and an intense focus on his many eccentricities. So, from the moment Presley announced their marriage in a public statement, the public and media viewed their relationship through a cynical lens. Presley's divorce from her first husband, Danny Keough, had been finalized less than 1 month before she married Jackson. Jackson was also fresh off of his first round of abuse allegations. Simply put, many believed that their Hollywood relationship was fake, suggesting that it was an attempt to pump up Jackson's life with some positive press. In any case, Presley and Jackson proudly flaunted their relationship over the next year. For instance, Jackson featured Presley in his video for You Are Not Alone. They also participated in a highly publicized joint interview sharing details about their relationship.
Did the two of you talk about the impact of the marriage on the allegations?
Absolutely not.
However, their most famous moment together, a kiss at the VMAs, was one that Presley would rather forget. The 1994 MTV Video Music Awards will likely go down in history as one of the most memorable shows in the history of the awards, all because of Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley. The brand new couple, who had only recently married at the time, debuted their relationship by walking on stage hand in hand. After Jackson greeted the audience, who were already on their feet, he incited thunderous applause by turning to Presley and initiating a passionate kiss. Even though it's been nearly 3 decades since then, the moment has been seared into the public's collective memory. While both parties have always maintained that their relationship was genuine, it turns out that Presley wasn't exactly a fan of their uber-public display of affection that night. While speaking to Oprah Winfrey in 2010, Presley shared her candid thoughts about the infamous kiss. She said, "He knew I didn't love that. His hand was blue after we got off that stage. I had squeezed it so hard, but as his wife, I needed to do some things like that." Despite the theatrics, Lisa Marie's marriage to Jackson was over by 1996. And while there have been many theories as to what actually torpedoed their relationship, the real reason Jackson and Presley divorced, according to Presley, was a culmination of multiple factors. Presley filed for divorce 1 year and 8 months after their wedding day, officially citing irreconcilable differences. As revealed in her sit-down with Oprah, Presley was unhappy in the marriage due to Jackson pressuring her to have a baby. However, Jackson's alleged reliance on drugs ultimately did them in. She said, "He had to make a decision. Was it the drugs and the vampires or me? And he pushed me away." Despite their bitter end, Presley revealed that they stayed in contact for several years after their marriage ended. The singer-songwriter always maintained the authenticity of her relationship with the late pop star.
I fell in love with him. I did.
In love?
Yes, I fell in love at the time. No.
However, in 2003, Presley spoke with Rolling Stone and insinuated that Jackson's motives may not have been as pure as hers. She said, "I can't say what his intentions were, but I can tell you mine was that I absolutely fell in love with him and fell into this whole thing, which I'm not proud of now." Lisa Marie and Michael may not have had the easiest or longest relationship in the world, but it was special in its own way. Though their marriage didn't work out, they meant enough to each other that Jackson allegedly went out of his way to talk to Presley about his fears surrounding his death. During her 2010 Oprah interview, Presley shared the dark details of the last conversation she had with Jackson. The last conversation Presley remembered having with the singer was in 2005, 4 years before his death. She recalled the pop star being nervous about impending doom and worrying that someone in his entourage had plans to harm him. Presley said, "He wanted to tell me that I was right about a lot of people around him." While they hadn't talked in 4 years, Presley was still one of a select group of people who attended a private service for her late ex-husband.